We talking about two of the most overrated players this season, man. And not just overrated, just total trash this year, man. It's your boy CJ Goodfellow back with the Boxer Clinic and more. Speaking on some more football. I might get some picks later on today, probably tomorrow. Off day, you know what I mean. But, man, underachievers, man, is just an understatement when we talk about Amari Cooper. Shitty boo-boo. Both of these guys. And since Tony Romo has left the Dallas Cowboys, Dez Bryant has been shit as well. Understand that he did have an injury or whatever. He's been battling injuries, but at the end of the day, I think Tony Romo did make Dez Bryant into the receiver that he was. Dak Prescott doesn't see and doesn't play the game the same way as Tony Romo. And why would you expect him to? Tony Romo was what? A 10-plus year vet? Was Dak Prescott in his second year. Totally different mindsets. Romo was one of the most, accurate, deep ball throwers in the league. And with a receiver like Dez Bryant who doesn't create that separation, you need a deep, accurate, deep ball thrower. And he had an opportunity to form that camaraderie with Dez Bryant. He knew where Dez Bryant lacked that and where he was going to be successful at, Dak Prescott, totally different ball game. Dink and dunk Dak Prescott. He don't have the most weapons, man, to be real, on the outside. Jason Witten is a staple, surefire Hall of Famer, one of the Cowboys I respect and love. I would love to see him in my favorite team uniform. A pro is pro. But, people look and say, how he always get open. He know how to run the route tree. Dez Bryant does not know how to run the route tree. Limited route running. I've been saying it for years. And Romo was able to mask and cover that up and cover a lot of his deficiencies up. And he was able to win a lot of jump balls. You see a lot of, Dez Bryant deep ball passes. They're a lot of jump balls. And Tony trusted him. He hasn't formed that trust with Dak Prescott. And then again, he lost some explosiveness as well. So his days of being the number one is definitely over with. And they have to refine his route running ability and how he lines up and putting him in the slot and finding ways to be successful like Larry Fitzgerald kind of morphed into as he got older. But he'd never be the pass catcher or the route runner Larry Fitzgerald in, but he can improve, and that's up to the coaches to make Dez improve. But Dez is dog shit this year. He's been dog shit for a while, but Tony Romo covered it up, and Amari Cooper it's no excuses. At least Dez said I had an injury. I'm older. Tony Romo made me look better than what I was. For Amari Cooper, this dude was supposed to be a talented receiver coming out of Alabama. Supposed to be comparable to Julio Jones, whatever your grocery store is, Walmart brand, and then you got Great Value brand, or whatever you want to say. He Great Value brand right now, and he's just shitty, dropping balls. Definitely not the receiver that they needed, and Derek Carr had to hold the ball because wasn't nobody getting open but Jared Cook last week. Michael Crabtree's dog shit as well. He had one of the highest drop rates last year. But he'd catch the ball. He'd get open sometime. But the Oakland Raiders have two receivers that can't get open. They got two receivers that can't beat man coverage. Can't be cover 4, cover 5, whatever Josh Norman said. And they think they're better than what they are, but they're not. And when you go up against elite corners like Josh Norman, elite front seven like the Redskins, you got to be able to get the ball up. Nobody's getting open for them except for Jared Cook on a regular basis. When they finally felt some resistance, the Oakland Raiders their receiver corps started to crush, and they made their offensive line look bad because the receivers weren't getting open. So definitely Amari Cooper and Dez Bryant is two of the most overrated players this year, not only receivers. Can't blame their quarterbacks. They got two solid quarterbacks. It's just they're not doing their job, especially Amari Cooper. He dropped a slant route the other day that would have picked up a first down, I think it was, last Sunday night. He got to do better. He's definitely one of the most overrated receivers out there. I think he's over Dez Bryant. Dez Bryant has an excuse with being older and a foot injury and stuff of that nature and not having Tony Romo breaking in a new quarterback. For Amari Cooper, he's supposed to be top 5 by now, at least top 10. And he'll never see that. He'll never see it. Came into camp all jacked up, and maybe it's just a disconnect between him and the offense. Maybe it's a disconnect between him and Derek Carr this year. I don't know what it is. But Oakland ain't looking too shiny right now at the receiver corps. But we gone.